Welcome to the Hollywood Scholar. I'm Jed Morgan. We got this next article here from CBR about Cyberpunk 2027. And as someone who really supported 2027 when it first came out, I actually quite enjoyed it when it came out. I didn't really have a lot of those glitch difficulties that a lot of other people did. So I supported it when a lot of people just couldn't based on their gaming experience. And I greatly enjoyed the story and thought it was a well-rounded overall game despite some of the major issues. But it's completely understandable the fans' response to it with the problems that they had with it themselves, and just it was a broken game on delivery. I just got lucky, I think, in my setup. I didn't really have any problems on my PC, but it's time for it to be fixed. It's been a year and a half now, almost a year and a half. It's excessive. It's quite excessive that the game still has as many problems as it does today. But according to CBR, this could be the year for 2077's redemption. And I mean, it comes about a year and a half too late, but if they are pushing as big of an update as they talk about in this article, it's definitely possible that something like that could be achieved in the end. But let's take a look. Could 2022 be the year of Cyberpunk 2027's redemption? Cyberpunk 2027's launch, I'm just going to say Cyberpunk, was a catastrophe and became legendary, but CD Projekt Red promises big things for 2022. Will it be enough to save the game? And CD Projekt Red earned so much of my goodwill and support from their Witcher trilogy, which I played all three of, that I was willing to give them a lot of good grace when it came to the Cyberpunk situation, and because I had a good experience with it, I still supported it in its early days, but it's been a year and a half. My goodwill is pretty much spent that it's taken this long for them to fix this situation. Since its late 2020 release, Cyberpunk has held a stigma it's yet to break free from. Many felt betrayed by the developer CD Projekt Red, who had previously released games such as the highly praised Witcher 3. With the hope that Cyberpunk 2027 would improve over time, 2021 came and went with very little to show. However, the studio's plans for 2022, it could finally be the year of Cyberpunk's redemption. And at this point, no one's playing it. Not enough people are playing it to care if they do fix it. And I think that's the broader issue, that it's really come too late. Even if they do fix it this year, it might be too late to save it. Cyberpunk has expert marketing, and the hype for the release outmatched any game of 2020. That's very true. After numerous delays, the expectation of quality continually raised to new heights, making the state of the game's release all more painful. With bugs plaguing every version of the game, many players found their copies barely playable. PC players got the better end of the bargain, but those of an old generation consoles quickly discovered the game was a complete mess. Yeah, I had a PC, so I definitely got luckier in the whole situation. But the game, I do think, is genuinely good. There's a good game hidden beneath all the problems. And someone who hates anything first person, I still enjoyed and played the first person aspect of it until the mods came out where I could third person. I mod every game I play to an egregious degree. But even the display of first person didn't really bother me because the story was so engaging and the gameplay was still fun despite the broader issues. What hurt players more than the fact Cyberpunk had so much potential, the basis of the great game hid underneath all the bugs and questionable design choices. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying, is there's something very good underneath it all. Like, Judy and V have great chemistry. I do think they do. And even Pam, I think they have great chemistry still. A lot of the character relationships are quite good, and even Johnny's relationship, Keanu Reeves' relationship with V is quite compelling. Knowing that all is not lost for Cyberpunk, the hope was that through 2021 the game would receive numerous patches and updates to create the game that was originally advertised. It's too late. It's really too late. Yeah, so it's just going more into how they're planning on rolling out these big updates over the course of the next year, updating it for the new consoles, fixing it for the old ones, just general stuff like that. And at this point, it's too late. The best thing that comes out of it is if you're a PC user. Unless you're a PC user, I don't recommend anyone who hasn't played it yet playing it. The only way to make the game bearable is using a shit ton of mods like I do. The modding is actually pretty great. CD Projekt Red makes it really easy to mod their games. Not as good as Bethesda, but still quite easy to mod. So some pretty easy changes in the modding community made the game so much better than it already was. So if you got PC, definitely check it out. If you don't, stay the hell away till this whole situation is over. Wait till you have consistent months of people saying, all right, it's fixed. That's about the only way that you're going to have a good gaming experience with everything going on. Oh, they have some DLCs for The Witcher 3. There's a rumored DLC that I heard about that I actually want to talk about here, which I think would be fucking incredible. Is for those of you who played The Witcher 3, there's a point where Ciri, who has the power to travel between worlds, or like the multiverse as it's done in the current like Marvel sense, she mentions going to a world that's very super futuristic, very cyberpunk-like. So there's even a rumored DLC for like a crossover event between The Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk, where we show Ciri in Cyberpunk. And I think that would be fucking awesome. Maybe have some Witcher scenes where it's, Ciri a year after the events of Witcher 3, depending on what ending you chose, and she's, for some reason, reliving these events from Cyberpunk. Done better than the Book of Boba Fett, but kind of in the style of Book of Boba Fett. And I think that would be a great DLC. I'd buy the shit out of that. That would be actually pretty fucking cool. That's a rumor that I actually got excited for. A lot of rumors don't get me excited anymore because I just don't believe them or they're too grandiose to be true. But that one, I think, is definitely a possibility considering all the problems that Cyberpunk has had. They're going to need a big marketing reason for people to come back to it once they fix all the problems. They need a big, neon sign that says, hey, good reason to come back, even for people who have already played. And a Witcher crossover is a guaranteed way to get those fans back interested in it, at least for the short time. And Ciri, my favorite Witcher character, is the perfect vehicle to do that with. But anyway, that's all I have for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Anon. If you like what I do here and want to see good, compelling stories that Hollywood will no longer give you, check out my book series, Odyssey of a Phoenix, a mythological epic about philosophy, morality, and modern-day mental illness issues. Books 1, Down in Flames, and Book 2, Apocalypse Then, currently on sale. Book 3, Kill the Dark, coming soon.